Hello everyone, my name is Tokimani. I am an NA Challenger Aurora one trick, and I have peaked almost 1.1k LP with just playing Aurora only. And I want to share with you guys what I've learned throughout my journey of playing Aurora. To start off, Aurora is a pretty simple champion, right? Her abilities are pretty straightforward. Her Q is a skill shot, her E is a skill shot, her W is a dash, her ulti is another dash that you can dash again and again with. So her basic combos, everyone already pretty much knows her basic combos. It's just QE. Right? Aurora really doesn't have that many sophisticated combos, but there are a lot of things that you can do with her abilities that, you know, make her unique. Where
spirits here are
you can combo it with flash as well. You can just Q flash. That's just Q flash. You can E flash.
I appreciate the company.
There's also a neat trick where you can also hide the animation of your Q like that, and it looks like the skill shot won't hit you, but it actually does hit you because, you know, funny, right? Programming. But yeah, that's like pretty much her basic stuff. She doesn't really have any crazy combos that you can actually do. Now, moving on to the more fun and cool stuff that you can do with Aurora. So her W is, you know, pretty small dash, right? But there are a lot of walls that you can actually hop with her W that are like pretty big, and normally you wouldn't be able to hop these walls on certain champs because like the dash is so small. And Aurora's like one of those champs that like can do it, but sometimes can't do it because you have to stand in like a uniquely placed spot, like a pixel perfect spot. So for her W, you can dash like these walls if you stand here. You can't do it here though because this wall is too big. But like on the smaller edges, you can.
The spiritual balance.
Same with this wall here. You can actually dash this wall. Wait, never mind. Oh yeah, actually yeah, never mind. Sorry, I'm stupid. I've done this before. I just can't do it again right now. Oh my god. Yeah, you gotta stand like right here for this stupid wall top. From here it's easier, but from here it's pretty harder. You can wall hop here. Oh, or not. Or not. Huh? Pretty unique spot. If you want to wall hop, you just be safer and do this one. But the longer one gets you more distance, and it's more like it's pretty good wall hop. Because then you can ulti here immediately if you do this wall hop. And then they're kind of stuck on our tower. The wall hop, wall hop, wall hop. And also wall hop this, but the angle is like here. You have to be pretty close to these walls, which kind of suck. This is wall hoppable. This is also wall hoppable. This is wall hoppable. This is wall hoppable. This is wall hoppable, by the way, which is crazy because nobody ever sees this angle. But this is wall hoppable.
The sounds, the smells.
This is all also wall hoppable. Sorry. Same with this. Same with this. Same with this. You actually cannot walk up this wall because it's kind of too thick. I wish you could, but you might be able to hop it when you're here, but not here though. You have to angle it this way, like down.
Oh, I've read about this.
And yeah, those are pretty much basically all the wall hops that you can do, unless you want to count these as well. Like basically that's it. Yeah. Alright, so there's another cool mechanic with Aurora that you can do where, you know, you can just E over Krugs. But it's like in a very specific spot. Again, these are never really worth doing because they just take so much time. And it's pretty hard to find the exact location because, you know, who's gonna sit here and just start looking for the locations, right? Like I'm trying not to like just spend my time sitting in practice tool learning the spots to just do it once every game, or like once every 10 games. Sorry. But yeah, this one's actually unique because you can actually walk into this like this little tree and just get it exact every time. But like for this side, walking into it is kind of weird. But it's gonna be right here, and it's always gonna be in this tree. So the spot and this spot. Just remember, if you're not like, if it doesn't look like you're inside the tree, that means you are not gonna dash over the wall. This side's more complicated because you don't go inside like the tree or whatever the terrain. But this is the spot, and then for this one, you actually can go into the spot like terrain. So it's kind of weird, right? And then this one, yeah, it's kind of weird. Those are like the only walls that are pretty hard to hop with Aurora E. I mean, most of the walls are pretty complicated to hop with, but you're never gonna use E for wall hopping, so it's not really worth to do it. Okay, moving on to Aurora Ulti. Aurora Ulti is actually a pretty unique spell in League, considering that you can dash inside the circle. I mean, it's just basically a Camille copy and paste ulti, but like with mobility, you know. And that mobility is what makes this champ fun. Well, to me at least. So level 1 Aurora Ulti means that you can dash only twice with her ulti. So you walk back and then you W, and that's 2 dashes. But sometimes you can actually make it faster by flashing into it and then doing it. But you can actually get 3, but it's pretty hard to get 3 with like such a small timing window of just 2 seconds. But yeah, basically you just dash twice with her ulti if you want to confuse someone or just get away easily. You can also make sure that you can cancel, or like if you're like in a situation where you have to cancel a ulti or else you're gonna walk back into them, you can't cancel it. You just press R again, cancel it, right? But yeah, that's like basically what it is. With level 2 Aurora Ulti, you can actually dash 3 times, but it's kind of like pretty small timing, or like really annoying to do because again it's such a small window timing that you have to like be in like a certain situation where you are closer, like where you get closest to like the edges, and it's like kind of annoying. And usually you don't really have to dash like 3 or 4 times. It's just for aesthetic if you want to look cool or like do something cool. Actually, another cool trick that you can do with Aurora Ulti is that you can ulti, walk back, and then QE as like an assassination kind of cool trick that you can use. It's only really useful if the enemy has like no flash or like a way to get out of your circle. So then you can do it really fast. Just know that for level 1 ulti, that window for the QE is very small. But for level 11 ulti, it's pretty like bigger because you have more time. But yeah, just know the difference between those two is that level 1 ulti, you have to do it really fast. Level 2 ulti, you have a bit of time to do it before you actually, like, you know, before the window closes. So, Aurora has a lot of funny things that you can do with her other abilities.
The spiritual
For one,
balance here
her
is
W can be used
off.
as like a funny. You can cancel the animation of it basically. So look, I press W on the wall. It cancels the animation of me hopping. Without me, you know, having to wait until the hop animation is done. So if you use it into a wall, you can immediately move. I don't know if it's useful or not. I've never seen anyone use it like this. I just thought it was cool. Comparison, look. Comparison. Hop. Hop move. Hop. Hop move. Right. Another thing is her ulti can be actually cancelled if you just use it in a wall. Don't know why this is a mechanic. But, you know. Isn't it cool? Cool, guys. So the animation cancel for royalty can be used for many things. If you just want to insta dash, like insta walk away, or you can also insta cast your W if you just spam your W right away after you use it. Oops, messed up. Yeah, like that. Insta W. Yeah, it's just, you know, random tech that you technically don't need. You can do it on a lot of walls if you really need to. Another thing you do with Aurora is that you can buffer CC. You can buffer Blitzcrank Hook, you can buffer like Poppy Ulti, you can buffer a lot of CC that displaces you with Aurora E. Because Aurora E is treated like Tristana W, where you can just buffer CC, like jump out of it, like the normal way. I don't know how to explain it. It's just weird. It's just weird. I don't know. But yeah. Another neat trick is that her ulti does reset tower aggro, so keep that in mind. So say I'm taking tower aggro. Well, actually, I could show this with a bot. So, oh, oops. So yeah, I'm taking turret. I ulti, and then I go through portal. It'll reset aggro onto either, you know, whoever's taking next, a minion or a champion. And yeah, that's basically it. That's basically all the Aurora stuff that you probably need to know. Okay, moving on to Aurora items. Okay, so
I've exceeded my capacity for social interaction.
I usually run the same build almost every game. This is what I usually run every single game. I run Luden, Storm, Shadow, usually. This build offers you a lot of burst and a lot of one-shot potential towards squishies. For example, I'm gonna give this guy what? A lot of HP real quick. And a lot of armor and MR. Let's give him 2k. Because that's basically what a squishy would have. And let's give him some armor and MR. Let's say about 80 MR. Because, you know, I don't think anyone's building MR. Unless you're like building more treads or just, you know, an assassin. But besides the point. This is usually the damage you get from... Oh, sorry, I turn off. Please. This is usually the damage you get. It is 1421, right? That's to a target with 80 MR and 200 or 2k HP. Let's say you want a more utility kind of build, right? You can go Leandries, Malignance, I think Cripplu, right? This is more for util. Your damage is based around your ulti when you go Malignance. So you're not gonna really have damage when you
I'll help you.
Combo someone with just QE. Malignance is just really just ult based, and it's kind of not fun just being an ult bot. But if you guys prefer being an ult bot, then you can go for this build. You usually run Ulti Hunter from where ulti stacks, and it's pretty fun if you just want to perma ult, for sure. This is the burn build. This is for tanks. Okay, this is only for tanks and only tanks. And when I talk about tanks, I'm just not talking about one tank, right? I'm talking about more than one. Like 3 or 4 tanks on the enemy team is when you have to build like something to actually kill them, or else they'll scale and then they'll, you know, run your entire team down because no one can kill them unless you guys have like a vein or some shit, you know. But yeah, this is the burn build. It technically does more damage than Malignance, because Malignance is, again, it's all in your ulti damage. But yeah. This is a build I've been testing out recently, where I just go Luden's Shadow into Void. This is a pretty good build too. Yeah. I actually like this build a lot too, because you know, it's so much pen, and it feels kind of nice not having to rely on Storm Surge. But yeah, this is like basically the damage you can compare with each other. If you want to compare ulti damages for like all of them, I can show you that real quick. Here, let me show you this first. Right. It's 1869. And then let me skip it for electrocute. Lance, boom.
Spirits are so
Then
lucky
reset
they're not
this.
people.
1627, 1700 almost. Right. And then with the burn build, pretty much the same. Might be more, but oh, oops, I autoed. Well, I mean, doesn't do as much damage, but you know, I autoed, so it's 1640 instead of 1690. It's fine. This is like the build you just want to run around and just you know, pick them down with bird.
Woke up early for this?
I'm only showing like the 3 core items because usually that's what you usually only need is the 3 core items, because nobody usually gets past that. But if you want the full build, this is basically the full build of my build here. It's just full damage, no defensive items. For Malignance, I've seen people run Leandries, Crit Flu, Rabadons, and then you can either go Zanya's, Cosmic, or Banshees, whichever one you prefer. This is the build I've seen people run a lot with burn build. It's just the same thing. It's just defensive last item if you really want defensive, or you can go like more damage or more like TDR, whichever one you prefer. But yeah, that's basically sums up for the builds. Roa is not a good item to build on Aurora, just because it doesn't offer you much early game. Sure, it offers you health and mana, but you really want damage early, and in this meta where damage is like pretty big, you would want more damage instead of survivability. It helps you survive, yes, but it doesn't offer you damage, right? At least Malignance gives you damage because it gives you damage on ulti, but Roa kind of doesn't give you anything besides just health early game, right? So that's why I don't build Roa personally, but if you guys like Roa, you guys can build it. It's just not what I would recommend. But yeah, that's basically all it is for items, and yeah. Aurora runes are pretty simple. Let me explain. So, usually you have the standard electrocute rune, where you run electrocute, sudden, Ka, eyeball, ulti, presence, and cut down. You run attack speed, so it's easier to CS. And you just go flat, right? Usually I don't run presence. I run triumph or cut down, or not cut down. Absorb life, because I don't really run out of mana as Aurora. I feel like I have never run out of mana or needed to like have mana as a backup. And I just run these because it's pretty much better. I could also just run like haste or attack speed if I really wanted to, but skirmishing is really fun, and Triumph lets you skirmish because it heals you and it might save you from a lot of, you know, things. Cut down, or not cut down. Absorb life is like whatever. It's like useful but not really useful in a sense. I just run it because I'm coping. You can also run Comet. Comet is pretty fun. This is what you usually run for Comet. I don't run attack speed on Comet because I'm mostly trying to poke them out, and I just try to last hit as like slowly as possible. Yeah, I do miss some CS, but you know, it's fine. Usually with Comet is that the whole idea behind Comet is that you press E, Comet flies at them, it procs Scorch, plus sudden from your comet, because sudden procs comet procs sudden because your E is a dash. So when comet hits them, it procs your sudden and a procs scorch, and that's like 100 damage plus early game, and it's really good for poking long ranged mages or just whoever you're playing against. I don't really recommend running this into melee champs though, because they can always get on top of you and it's not very fun. Running electrocute is way more better for melee champs, right? Because it's just you can attack, you can like auto them more or whatever, but yeah, it's just like preference of if you really like comet or not. Yeah, that's basically it for runes. Grasp, however, grasp is a special case. I don't run grasp ever. I think grasp for mid lane is pretty bad because I only play Aurora mid lane, but it can be somewhat decent top lane, right? It's just grasp is like just a 50-50. I'm not really sure on it. I wouldn't push towards building grasp against melees or tanks, but it's just up to you guys. If you do run grasp, this is probably like the setup that you would run, or something like this, something along these lines, right? But yeah, that's it for runes.
So we